Nobody can hear me. Now you can hear me, I bet. Good thing I thought to uncheck it. It's been so long since I've done it. I don't remember how to do anything. Okay, now back to popping the chat out. Let's see. Okay, so the sound looks like it's working. Both the cameras are working. Yeah, both the cameras are hooked up. It's been a while, everybody. Sorry. It was yeah, first we had not last week, but the week before, I didn't do it because it was Christmas. But then last week, it's the whole the subscriber fiasco. So I spent most of my spare time on the computer and on the chat with YouTube. Yeah, so let's see. Where are my glasses? All right. I'm going to see who I can see here. I moved everything around a little bit. It's you're a little bit farther away from me, so it's a little harder to read. Stephanie, hello, Stephanie. She says, how is your shoulder? I started PT this week. I had the cortisone shot last week. The therapist told me at my first PT that if I want to keep doing yoga and skiing and snowshoeing, that I should have surgery. The surgery is scheduled for mid-March. It had to be fit around my biologic, but in the meantime, I'm hoping the PT and the cortisone shot might make enough of a difference that I don't have to have it. But I'm not super hopeful either. So, hello, Kristen and Alyssa and Tara. Oh, from Scotland. Hi, Gail Marie. Yep. Now, yeah, I see you guys are saying I had no sound. But it looks like the sound is back now. I was trying to, oh, it wasn't facing me either. Maybe that helps too. I was trying the microphone up here, but for some reason, I think the way it connects up with my computer for live streaming, this microphone doesn't work when I'm live streaming. So I have the desk microphone, but it is not great. If I ever get some extra cash this year, the two things I want to upgrade for my channel is I'd like a new desk microphone and maybe a new one of these too, but we'll see. Hello, Shannon. Yep. Everybody saying I have sound. Oh, Tracy's here. I thought you weren't going to be here, Tracy. I thought you were supposed to be at, and somebody else says water therapy. Laura Jane. Hello, Susan. Tracy says snowstorm and living at the top of a long, steep hill equals no water fitness class. Yep, I hear ya. I think that we're going to have to see what's happening here tomorrow. It's supposed to get very cold and very windy and very snowy. So we will see if we are going to have, it was funny because we haven't had enough snow. We're in a snow deficit. We just have a couple of inches. We're way behind. But then last night on the news, they were like, well, the lake effect machine's going to turn on and maybe by this time next week, you'll have 2 feet. So we're going to see what's going to happen, I think, in this coming week. So, Laura Jane says that makes sense. How is your shoulder healing, Tracy? Yes, I would like to know that as well, too. I hope it's healing up all right. Kristen says, sorry to hear about your subscriber issues on top of everything else. It's been a lot. It is not fixed. It is still happening every single day. I have talked to YouTube 6 times now, and they have given me different answers every time. At first they were like, well, they were like, maybe it's a glitch, maybe it'll resolve itself. And then the next time I talked to them, they were like, maybe somebody's targeting your channel. And now they don't really seem to know what's happening, but they definitely don't seem to be able to stop it. So, I've had 660 subscribers deleted at this point. And I think the last time I talked to YouTube, which was the day before yesterday, is probably going to be the last time. They can't fix it. They can't stop it. They were like, so at first they were like, well, if you are having like a positive amount of subscribers at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do. So meaning like if less people were less people were deleted, then who subscribed, then like as long as it wasn't a negative number, there was nothing they could do. But then on Thursday, I had a negative number, like a big negative number, and they still couldn't do anything. So I don't know about any of it. Let's see. Tracy says it's going very well. I'm doing a little bit better every day. That is great, Tracy. That is so good to hear. I'm so glad it's healing well. Traditionally Speaking says, hello from Chicago. Hello. How's your weather there? Is there a storm happening right there now, or is it coming? I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm just reading through Tara Lee. Hello, Tara Lee. Oh, Traditionally Speaking, so she's here from Jenna's recommendation. That is great. James GSR, howdy. Hello. Hello, everybody. I see there are some new people here today. So that's where we're at with everything. And let's get the keyboard out of the way. You may be wondering, what the heck is this? Well, this is going to be my new soft pastel palette. It's like a Sterilite tub, and I filled it with rice. And my plan is to, I've swatched quite a few of my Unison soft pastels in past live streams, but then I got a bunch of new ones. So so the plan is to swatch the ones that I haven't swatched yet, and then break off like half of all of them and put them in here and like make a palette arranged from like light to dark for using at my easel. So I can set it here on the table and use it at the easel and not have to take out every single Unison box and drawer of stuff. So I figured we could do that and chat while I do that. I think I got started late. I don't remember what time I started. Maybe 1:06. Everything's running late lately. Adding in 2 physical therapies a week for about an hour has just made everything so much slower. Okay, a bunch of new comments just came through, so. Hi, Leslie. Shannon says they're expecting snow this weekend and some very cold temps next week. Same here. Yep. I think the high for Monday here is going to be -4 Fahrenheit. That's the high. We already don't have school that day, but I was thinking probably with the wind that would have been a snow day. I'm actually kind of hoping tomorrow is a snow day too, and then we can have a 4-day weekend. Or not 2, but a snow day. We haven't had one yet this year, which is really weird. Kristen says it's supposed to get down to -11 in Montana this weekend. I'm not sure what our lows are. I know, like I said, Monday the high is -4. I'll check it quick. And also my son just texted me. I try not to, but sometimes I have to turn it on because I have to keep an eye on what's happening at school because he's been having some health issues. So let's see what the low is. So Monday night our low is -12 Fahrenheit. So pretty cold. Pretty cold. That's without the wind chill. I don't know what it's going to be with the wind chill, but I'm not going to check that right now. I'm just going to see if my son's okay, and then I'll shut this off here. Yeah, so it went from being really warm and no snow and ouch, on whatnot, and now it's crazy. So we'll see what happens. Julianne says, well, hello, stranger. It has been a while since we have all been together here, hasn't it? I'm sorry about that, you guys. I was not expecting to miss last week's live stream, but the whole YouTube fiasco was a problem. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a small channel that they couldn't fix it. I don't know why they couldn't fix it. I don't know. I'm trying not to think about it. Let's see. So these are, I think, all the Unison pastels that I had swatched before. I had the Unison Green 8 half stick set, the Unison Landscape half stick set, the Unison Assorted 30 half stick set, and then I bought my first not half stick set, which was the Unison Light 18 set. And This is sealed, and yet there is rice all over this table already. this might have been a bad idea. At least mess-wise. Oh boy. I don't even know how it's all over if it's sealed. I hope it's got a good seal. We'll just vacuum that up later. I think is it glitchy on anybody's end? Is the video glitching? Hi, Sue's Craft and Art Corner. Hello. It's nice to see everybody again. It has been a while. So I think I might just put the half stick sets right in here. So why don't we start with that? This is my first live stream too, where I've actively attempted to try to do something, and my arm doesn't hurt as bad anymore, but it just doesn't move certain ways. So we'll do the best we can. So we're gonna start with this is my green half stick set. Shannon says the video's fine. Gail Marie says it looks fine. Tracy says it looks good. James says, is the rice to keep it dry? It is a little to keep it dry, but it is also to clean the pastels. So if you have all your pastels, like if you were to I'll just put them on here for now because I am gonna arrange them. But if you were to put all your pastels in a pan like this with no rice or no foam or nothing to keep them from rolling around, they would get very dirty very fast, and they would look basically brown or gray, and it gets hard to tell the color. So if you put them in rice, or like you could use sandbox sand, I've heard of people using, that's a full set. Okay, so my next half stick set is the Natural Earth half stick. So if you put it in here or like with sandbox sand, it keeps it from getting as dirty. And then if you want to clean your pastels, you just put the lid on and you shake it around a little, and it will clean your pastels. So it's for cleaning, but it also does absorb the moisture, which is helpful here because it is pretty humid in our house, if that makes sense. So that's why. Leslie says she's worried that our lemons will freeze tonight. That's not good. I suppose it's like a whole tree. Sue's Craft says these are normal pastels, not oil pastels, right? Right. These are soft pastels, not oil pastels. You wouldn't want to do this with oil pastels because I imagine it would leach all of the oil out of them and absorb it and make them kind of dry and crumbly, I would think. This is I think the landscape set. It is. I was thinking about trying to break these, but I guess I'm just going to put them in whole. They are kind of big. Oh, well. It's going to be kind of fun. I do have 2 pans of these, although I only prepared one with the rice. But I was thinking I could fit them all in one pan, and now I'm not so sure. We'll see. Tracy says they are beautiful colors. I think so. I've got all these little bits here. I'll just put them in, I guess. I dropped this set at one point when I was outside with it once, and I broke that one. That's okay, though. I really like the Unison pastels. I've talked about that before. They're they are my favorite soft pastel right now. Yeah, Teresa said not to mention that the rice could embed itself in the oil pastels. That is a very good point. It could definitely do that. I just hit my keyboard. All right, let's see. I have one more half stick set, and then we've got to go on to I hit the keyboard and something happened. And I did remember to get paper towels, and I even brought wet wipes this time, so I was really thinking ahead. Laura said, I would have never thought of storing them like that. I am proud to say that this is sort of my own invention. I don't think I've seen anybody do this before. I've seen people clean their pastels in rice, but I have not seen them set up a palette like this with the rice in it plus the tub. So sort of my invention. But I'm sure probably other people have thought of it. I really wanted the human boxes, the pretty, all the serious soft pastel artists have the human boxes, and they're wood, and they have like hinges and they open up and there's like, it opens like a book and there's like a sheet, plexiglass sheet that protects them, and you can take it out and use them and then put it back, and they're super expensive. They're like lots of money. So I don't have a human box. I think I might have to set up 2 trays of these. We'll see. I'm going to try to arrange them too. I'm just putting all the half sticks in to start, and then we will maybe start trying to arrange them. I wasn't sure if I should go... I got 2 because I was thinking, well, I could do light to dark, but warm colors in one and cool colors in the other. But honestly, I'm not great at identifying, especially with blue. I talked about that in my last video. I have a lot of trouble deciding which blues are warm and which are cool. And I didn't want to be fumbling around trying to figure it out while I was on screen. Sue says, I own really old soft pastels, probably over 25 years old. Do you think they're still any good? There's only one way to find out. Take them out and try them. They might be. They might have absorbed moisture over time and might be kind of crumbly. But I would imagine as long as you don't live in a super, super humid area, I mean, they'd probably be fine. Take them out and try them. I hope they're good. All right, let's arrange these. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do light to dark, and we'll just see how that goes. So I'm going to put all the lightest shades that I've got so far up here at the top. And I am thinking I'm going to need 2 trays, but I may have to rearrange this some. That's in the next row, maybe. So what is everybody doing this year for art goals? Does anybody want to talk about art goals, or are we feeling like it's too overwhelming to think about art goals right now? I go back and forth on that. You know what? Before I do all the lights, I gotta snap some pieces off of this. Julianne says she was using 25-year-old charcoal yesterday. That is awesome. Shannon says, I use a pencil for sketching that is over 30 years old. Is it a sharpened pencil? And if so, how do you still have it? Doesn't it sharpen down? I was just catching up on the comments. So I'm just going to break pieces off my light set. I do have a few repeats, I think, although not in this light set. The light set and the dark set didn't have any repeats from what I already owned. So I was trying to keep like an inventory of pastels, but obviously I don't think that's going to work. But I wanted to be able to be like, well, if I use this one up, can I identify it and replace it? And I don't know. We'll see. Susan says to quit being scared and make time for art. That is a good goal. I'm trying to make time for art more this year too. I've been in a bit of a funk, I guess. Ever since my shoulder got hurt, I just started, like I shattered that one. I've done some sketching in my sketchbook, but not like a full real art piece since I hurt my arm at the end of November. But I started one the day before yesterday. If my hands aren't too dirty, I could move the microphone and pull it out real quick. I started this guy right here. This is going to be my Patreon tutorial for January. It's marker, and it's going to be marker and colored pencil. This is just the very base layers. I'm just getting started on it. But it's my first thing that I've real like art project that I've done since I hurt my arm. And I think I was feeling kind of scared to get back into it. So I hear you on the feeling scared part. I think it happens to all of us. Ooh, there was a bunch of comments that came through all at once. Tracy, mine is to learn how to paint animals, specifically dogs. That's a good goal. I like animals. They're one of my favorite things. Animals and birds I really like doing. Julianne says a lot of her art supplies are over 20 years old and I still use them. That's great. I always feel like if you have quality art supplies, they hold up really well. I'm just reading through the comments. Shannon says, I bought a whole set of 4-H to 8B a long time ago and then didn't draw for like 20 years. Yeah, I hear you on that. I had a long time where I didn't do anything either. Gail Marie says, I'm setting up a portfolio website and focusing on illustration, art licensing, and children's books. It's a lot longer process than I thought, but that's okay. You can, if you stick in there, Gail, I'm sure you can do it. You've got a very beautiful illustration style, fun and engaging. You just keep at it, and I bet you can get where you want to go. Judy Young says, my art goal, try not to worry about everything being perfect. Just have fun and also do more things out of my comfort zone instead of doing the same things all the time. Those are all great goals. Very good goals. I keep telling myself I'm going to learn how to do people, and then I try to do a person's face, and I'm like, maybe next year. I really should work on that this year, but we'll see how it goes. James says, I'm learning watercolors this year and maybe gouache. I love watercolors. I like gouache a lot too. I don't know why, though. I guess if I'm going to paint with an opaque medium, I tend to do acrylic or oil. Which is weird because I really do like gouache. It's really fun. It's like the best of, combining the best of like watercolor with the best of acrylic. They're a lot of fun. I took the bigger piece on that one. Lizzie says, I find a microfiber cloth takes the pastel right off my hands while I am working. That is a good tip. I will have to steal that tip. I have baby wipes here somewhere, but I'll use them at the end, I guess. Ooh, that one didn't want to come off. Oops, a bunch of comments came through and I just lost my place. Jess Butterfly, hello, morning from Australia. Hello, good morning. Hello, Terry. Tracy says she is working on a memorial accordion for my daughter and son-in-law. I saw that on Instagram. I think I left a comment. I'm pretty sure I left a comment last night, maybe. I haven't been back on there today, so I don't know for sure. It's very sad that their pets pass that close. I cannot even imagine. And I think that your memorial book is a great idea. I think they're gonna love it. Sue's Craft and Art Corner says, using all the supplies I got and creating more on a regular basis. I think those are all great things. Ooh, that one was crumbly. I think February might be a no-buy month for me, and I might concentrate on using what I have. I had some, well, not some. I had a lot of art gift cards for Christmas this year. So, most everything is here, and about half of it is open, and the rest of it's sitting there in boxes waiting for me to have time to open it. So there will be an art haul coming, although I might save it for February. I don't know. But then February is going to be a no-buy month for me, I think. Okay, so I did swatch all of these earlier, not today, but like in a different live stream, which is why I wasn't swatching these light ones. But now we're going to get into some of the ones I need to swatch. Okay, I am going to move this out of the way for a second. Oh. Let's see here. Yeah, losing pets is really hard. When we had to put our last dog down, she was old and she had thyroid cancer, and I felt terrible. It's hard. Let's see, I'm gonna leave this page blank, and and go straight to this page and grab a pen. And go through any comments here. Leslie says she's going to try to organize her tiny studio for the things I do now so I have room. I have so many older hobbies taking up real estate there now. That's exactly what I'm doing. Like literally I'm in the halfway through the process right now of reorganizing what I have here and moving some stuff down into the basement. And one of the things over there waiting for me is an organizational thing that I think might end up you guys want to hear something terrible? I don't have a video like even filmed for Saturday yet. Like not even just not edited, like not filmed. Yeah. I better get on. I'll have to get on on that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I get something done. So this is one of the new sets that I got. I think I got this back in November, and I have not swatched these yet. This is the Unison Dark 1 through 18 set. Shannon says, I don't plan on buying any actual mediums this year, just the extra stuff like paper, erasers, etc. That is a good goal. I think for my no-buy in February, like, whenever I do a no-buy, I'm allowed to replace stuff that I use up. So, like, if I run out of paper, I can get more paper. And if I run out of yellow watercolor, I can get yellow watercolor. I just don't buy stuff that I haven't tried before. Unison Dark set 1 through 18. Yep. Jen's Artlandia says, are the soft pastels Unison? They are. These are my favorite brand of pastels, and I'm making like an organizational palette here, and they are indeed all Unison. And this is the dark set that I have yet to swatch. So we're going to swatch these, and then I'll break pieces off and put them in the tray. Let's see if I can... I moved everything around like I said in here, and like you're way over there now, and I feel like I have to be tipped to face you, and it's... All right. And you're farther away, so it's harder to read. Hence the reading glasses. I always wear them when I'm doing the live streaming. Terry says, I'm planning to get to grips with pastels this year. I bought some Unison half sticks after hearing you speak about them, and I'm so glad I did. They're delightful to use. They are my favorite. Absolute favorite. I love them. You don't have to worry about which are light fast and which aren't, because they only make light fast ones. They're generally, I had like 2 there that crumbled, but like if you were doing that to Sennelier or Schminke or any of those pastels, you would have a whole lot more than that crumbled. They are soft and buttery without being super crumbly, which is great. And then, like I said, you don't have to worry if they're light fast or not, because they all are. They are a little pricey, but I think the quality makes it worth it in my book anyway, if you can afford them. On the other hand, I do have several full-length soft pastel tutorials on here that I did with the Mungio. Like they're really cheap. Like you can buy them on Amazon for $10 for a set, cheap soft pastels. So you can learn with anything. But when you're getting to the part where you're thinking about selling stuff and you want things to be light fast, or if you want to do more layers or different techniques, that's when you start to want to have the better quality pastels. Oh, a bunch of comments just came through. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Jen says, I've been eyeing the landscape sets. They are gorgeous. That was what I started with. I got the landscape half stick set. That was the first one that I got. It's nice that they have the half stick sets too, because then you can sort of build a collection more inexpensively. Then, because like Schminke doesn't have a half stick set. You have to buy like full sticks. And what if you don't like that color? I mean, I've never met a color I don't like, but you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to build a collection with the half stick sets. Oof. Let's see. Princess of Myths, hello. It's nice to see you. I think you're a new face. I don't recognize your name anyway. It's nice to see you here. Oh no, James says his wife has him on a permanent no-buy. Yeah. You know, sometimes there's that pesky thing of having to buy, you know, food and clothes and pay the water bill. I hear ya. Sometimes I think there's a reason why the whole starving artist myth or stereotype, because it's not a myth, but stereotype exists, because I think a lot of us would rather buy art supplies than like pay our phone bill. I could be wrong, but I think so. Unfortunately, we do have to, you know, some of that stuff is, oops, I didn't do a, where am I at here in the comments? Ooh, that was a big piece that came off. I'm assuming these labels are labeled as to what color it is. Yeah, they are. I'm trying to, like I said, I was trying to like have some sort of system so I could replace the colors as I used them, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Shannon says, I'm not really a fan of soft pastels, but I do enjoy oil pastels. I enjoy them both very much. Sometimes the feeling of the soft pastels on my hands get to me, and I will wear gloves. And then I also have, it's not on right now because I'm, you know, filming or, you know, doing a live stream, but I also have a HEPA filter right over here, like a good big HEPA filter. And actually I just got a new, even nicer one for my Christmas present, from my sister. So, I always have that running normally when I'm working. And so either wearing gloves or, invisible gloves or finger cots, stuff like that helps, because sometimes that powdery feeling, bothers me. But I found doing those things really seems to help it make it more enjoyable for me. Hello, Eldred. She says she's not a pastel person, but it seems a lot of people are. You know, they used to be considered one of the least popular art mediums. And in fact, a lot of pastel companies went out of business like, 20, 30 years ago. But they seem like they're coming back. And they are kind of messy, and like I personally think you should always have a HEPA filter on when you're working with them. Especially like Unison does use like cadmiums and stuff. So, you know, a mask or a HEPA filter. But, you know, oil paints, if you're using oil paints and painting the traditional way, it's way worse than pastels. They do make a fair amount of dust. I will say that, which is maybe why people don't like them as much. I don't know, but I think they're a beautiful medium. I really enjoy them. Julianne says, nope, not wrong. I'd prefer buying art supplies than food. Yep. Do I want a nice like roast, or should I maybe get something cheaper and get a new tube of paint that I need? I know the dilemma. Okay, so that's the dark set. And I will put this back together. I'm just reading through James says he gets caught sneaking art supplies in all the time. Yep, I think we've been there. Leslie says that dark set is so gorgeous. I always need darks. That's how I feel. Like when you get the curated sets, like, so this was, you know, the greens, the browns, and the landscape in the 30 set. And there's a lot of midtones in here, but not a ton of darks and not a ton of lights. Like there's some, but I feel like it's a lot of midtones. Here, I'll show you. So here's a dirty, if you can see that, this pastel is dirty. If you just roll it around in the, I don't know if the layer's thick enough without, it's not thick enough. I'd have to put the lid on and do it, and I'm not going to do it now, but rolling them around in the rice will clean them off. Ouch. All right, so there's the dark set, and then I have this lovely drawer of, these are individual colors that I picked out and purchased. So I don't have like, a list for that. Boy, this is getting full up here. A lot of new comments just came through again. It's weird, like, I know there must be, the comments are glitching because there'll be nothing and then, like, 15 will come at once. Leslie says, by the way, use the microfiber cloth dry on your hands. Good tip. Thank you. I will do that next time. Julianne says, I don't like the texture of soft pastels either. Yeah, it's rare that I would do this without having something on. I'm not sure why I didn't put gloves on. I didn't. Tracy says, for me, it's the mess that makes me not want to use them that much. And I agree with that. I have not been using these as much as I wanted to because I don't like cleaning up after it. The mess is definitely an issue. Which is why I would love to have my own art studio that's not like attached to the house. Maybe someday. Unison full stick. My selection. Okay. I use a lot of pastel pencils too, for the same reason. They're less messy. They're still messy, but not as messy. I feel like I should write all the colors down, but I also feel like that might be a waste of time. Oops, I forgot to take a piece off of there. This is on the lighter end. We'll put it down there. Jen's Artlandia says, how is blendability? Excellent with the Unison. They are my favorite for a reason. They blend well, they're smooth, they're creamy, they're buttery. If you have a light hand, you can use them for your underlayers and your middle layers, and then sometimes just like the very softest sennelier or schminke for a few details at the end. But sometimes have done and will continue to do pieces that are just purely Unison because they're that versatile, if that makes sense. Whew. Oh, I just got through saying they don't crack very much. They don't normally crack very much. That one cracked though. I think that's a cadmium orange too, so I'm gonna have to clean that up. Pretty sure it was. I'll clean it up after the live stream is over. Jess says, I love what soft pastels can do, and I love when you add water, but I can't. You know what? I'm going to take these out of the boxes because they're labeled on the labels. They shouldn't have to stay in the boxes. I might just get rid of all these boxes because they've been rolling around in here. Or not rolling around here, catching, I mean, on the lid to the boxes. You can also save all your pastel dust and collect it up, and then there's lots of recipes online to, I'm going to grab a bag, I think. Lots of recipes online to make your own pastels out of your dust. So I do generally try to save my dust in like a little Tupperware and then make a neutral pastel. Oh, yeah, Tara says, I do art in my living room and kitchen, so I don't really want a bunch of pastel dust. That's true. It is a lot of, that is why I don't use them as much as I should. It's a mess. Like I generally, when I'm doing like a full-on piece, I'll make either like a tinfoil tray to collect the dust, or I will make like a tape tray to collect the dust some, but then like every 45 minutes or so, I'm still stopping to wipe the easel and my floor down with a damp cloth, and I run the HEPA filter the whole time, and it is, sometimes you just don't want to deal with that. That's one of the things I love about watercolor is like, if I get called away in the middle of like a watercolor painting, like it doesn't matter. The brushes aren't going to get ruined. You know, it's one of the things I like about watercolor. You don't even technically have to clean your brush. You could just quick rinse it in your water and leave it flat on your table and walk away. Which is not something you can do with acrylic or oil or and even like with the pastels, I would not walk away and leave the dust. Like I have to clean it up. So it can be time consuming. This purple is going to end up having to go somewhere else. But they are a beautiful medium, and they do have a really luminous quality that is hard to replicate. So pastels, they have like the pigments form crystals within the pastel. And one of the reasons a lot of purists will say don't blend your pastels is because when you blend the pastels, the crystal facets, the facet edges wear off, and then it doesn't have that same luminous quality anymore. But that's what gives pastel that special look, is the facets of the pigment crystals in the stick. Wow, a whole bunch of comments just came through. Hi, Sue Allen. She says she's joining late and sneaking this in while she works. That's okay. It's good to have you here, even if you have to sneak in. That's a good yellow. I didn't have any good, like, real good yellows. I like that one. That was a good buy. Let's move the purple over to here. Heidi says, hello, I thought I missed the live. Nope, it's on. I started a little late. I think I started at 1:06. But I'm probably going to get through these colors here and then probably end it. Because, like I said earlier, I don't even have a video filmed for Saturday, let alone edited or anything. So I have some work to do. These two colors look very similar, but I guess they're not. This one's a little grayer and this is a little more peachy. Boy, this is a mess. I'm going to have to vacuum in here too before I can go get the kids from school. I'm just catching up on the comments. Hi, Leslie. Leslie says, yay, I finally caught a live stream. Hello. It's nice to see you. I'm glad you finally made it to one. Laura says, how is your son doing, Amy? Not good. He's been having a lot of stomach issues, and there's some fear that he might have Crohn's disease, like me. So we're all on really high alert and stressed out and tense, and he's going through all the rounds with the doctors right now, and 2024 has gotten off to a rough start. I'll say that. I'll take subscriber issues or whatever, but I don't know. I really hope it ends up being something not Crohn's for my son. I'm really worried about it and trying not to be. Really worried though. Thank you for asking, Laura. It's the same one who has the reactive airway disease, so I feel like he's already got stuff to deal with, and I just really wish he didn't have to deal with more stuff. It just doesn't feel fair sometimes. Poor little fella. I don't know. Life, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. I actually think maybe I was thinking about maybe talking about that in the video a little bit tomorrow, and some of the stuff I do to get through the hard times and whatnot. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to film some sort of video very quickly. I have another physical therapy in here too before Saturday that I'm going to have to go to, so I'll have to fit that in somehow. That is a beautiful blue. BV12. That is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that. That's like the prettiest blue pastel I've ever seen. I don't know if it's going to focus without me reaching up to touch it, and I can't reach up and touch it. So that's a two-handed job. Hi, Elena's Art. It's nice to see you. I feel like there's a lot of people here today. I can't see how many people are here or whatever when I have the streaming software on, so I never know like how many people actually make it to the live stream till after it's done. But it feels like there's a lot. Or at least a lot of new faces, maybe. We'll say that. Yeah. Tara says, oh dear. Fingers crossed things become clearer soon. I hope so too. You guys, here's a little tip if you do have pastels. All these little silica packets that come like in shoe boxes and vitamins and all that, I save them and put them in with my drawers because they absorb moisture and will keep the pastels from absorbing the moisture instead. That is a good tip, especially if you live somewhere where it gets humid. It's not humid in the winter here, but in the summers it's awful. Awful. Let's see. Laura Jane says, oh, Tracy says, hugs to you and your son. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. Laura says, oh, bless him, hoping for a more positive diagnosis for him. Poor kid has a lot to deal with. Yes, same. I will gladly take having Crohn's if it means he doesn't have to have it. Like, can I make a deal like that? I don't think it works that way, but I wish it did. It's so hard to watch them suffer when they're your children and you love them. Yep, Alana's Art says that's hard to deal with. It's hard to see your kids going through things like that. I agree. I agree. It is the hardest. It is the hardest. I wish I could just protect them from everything, but unfortunately that's not how life works. I wish it was sometimes. Leslie says, have you ever tried the Terry Ludwig pastels? I have not because they're horribly expensive. I'd love to. They're really expensive and I haven't. I would really love to. I think it's the Terry Ludwig eggplant that everybody talks about. $7 a stick, but everybody loves it, and I really wish I could try it. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna try it, and then I go to the place and I look at the prices, and I'm like, maybe not today. Yeah. Has anybody tried the Terry Ludwig? What do you guys think? I know a lot of people love them very, very much and say they're the best of the best, but they are very expensive. Yep, Tara Lee says, I'd love to try soft pastels, but I worry about my pup Gwenny since she's my shadow. And I worry about that a lot too. That's why I do so much cleaning in here as I'm going. And I shut the door so the pets can't come in while I'm working, and they're not allowed in until after I finish cleaning and all of that. But yeah, it makes me nervous. It's why I don't work with them more. Because I do love them very much. I would work with them more if there weren't the concerns. Or if I had my own studio. This is kind of light. Maybe I should put that one in with that. Let's see. Ooh, 51 people. That's good, right? That's a lot, right? Jenna's Artlandy says it's her first time here in chat. Hello to all here. I knew your name was not familiar to me. I do sort of start to know like who's who and remember people's names. Although I get super confused when people's real names are different from their screen names, and it takes me like probably 4 live streams before I significantly remember it, but still will sometimes have I don't have a great memory. I try really hard. I do. I picked some good neutrals too. I like these neutrals. I'm enjoying the colors I picked. Julianne says 53 now. Yay! Oh, Tracy said hit the like button. Thank you. That is very nice. I you know, with the whole subscriber fiasco, like it's not just new people that are being unsubscribed. It's like some of my oldest people who have followed for a really long time. And then somebody said in the comments of my last video that they heard a rumor that if people don't interact with the channel, like if they don't watch it regularly, and if they don't hit like the like button, or if they don't leave comments, that YouTube is going around and unsubscribing those people from the channel. I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody left that in the comments. And then I had Pamela, one of my longtime followers, went through and she commented on every single video and liked every single video, and it was so adorable and sweet sweet of her. And she was like, "There, I'd like to see," because she had been unsubscribed, and she's been watching me, I think, from the beginning for a long time. And she was like, "There, I'd like to see YouTube unsubscribe me now." It was super cute and very thoughtful, and I was very appreciative that she did that. But it was really funny and cute. That's a lighter one. That's a nice green. I don't have a green like that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't think YouTube knows what's going on. Like I said, they haven't stopped it. I think last night I was either at a total loss of 640 or 660. I don't know. Oh well, I'm trying to, like I said, there's a lot of other worse things I've got to worry about right now. So I will just keep making the videos because it seems like people like them. The one thing about the Unison pastels is their reds. They don't have a great selection of reds, but that's because they only use light fast pigments, so their reds are a little bit duller than some of the other reds, but on the other hand, they're light fast. Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Shannon says, my mom had Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. When I developed issues, I had to be tested. It was nerve-wracking. Yep. Yeah, that's what he's going through right now. And I think it's, yeah, well, I know it's even harder for him because he's seen me struggle with it for so many years now. Like, and I know he's like thinking, oh, it's going to be just as bad and blah, blah, blah. But hopefully that's not the case. All we can do is hope. A lot of people don't have it as bad. I mean, also people have it worse, but I don't know. Kathy. Hello, Kathy. She says, got here late, but I'm here. That's okay. And of course, this always goes up as a replay too. I don't know if it pops up in people's like feeds, but if you go like to my actual YouTube page, it'll have like the tabs that say like about, community, videos, and then there's one that says live streams, and all the live streams are saved there too. And you can watch them over again on replay. You guys probably know that. It took me a while to figure it out though. I'm not super techie, I guess. Andy says, I love watching other people play with soft pastels. I really do love them. But I don't have my air filter going, and I don't have a mask on because I'm talking to you guys, and I can feel it in my chest a little bit with my asthma. So, I mean, it is a little bit of an issue. Not so big of an issue if you like can have the proper protective gear. There. Okay. That's all my new Unison pastels. I wonder if I should move. I don't know. I don't know if I should keep the other ones in the boxes or not. All right, let's move this drawer out of the way. And not fully sorted yet, but there is the tray of pastels. Dusty. Let's do the baby wipe. Where did I put the baby wipes? Jenna's Artlandia said, I saw that somewhere, YouTube unsubbing due to inactivity. Yep, I don't know if it's true or not, but that was one of the comments I got. I will say that YouTube has not been forthcoming about what's happening. Like, I kind of get the feeling they're hiding something. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. All I know is they can't stop it, and they don't seem to have any answers for me. Is what I'm hearing from them. So, yeah, Shannon says, I have channels I follow that I haven't interacted with for years, and I'm still subscribed to them. Same. which is why I don't know what's happening. And they did say the second time I talked to them that they thought maybe someone was targeting my channel because of the shout out from Jenna Rainey's video. So I don't, like I said, they've given me like 4 different things that could be happening, and then in the end refused to commit to any one of them and tell me what was going on. So all I know is it continues to happen. It happened last night right before bed. I lost 40 right before bed. It's always in a 10-minute period, and it just drops. I can sit there and watch it go down. Here, let's so when I swatch in here, I just like to put a piece of paper in between to protect the swatches, like that. There. So, ooh, Leslie says, I was gifted several boxes of Terry Ludwig's, and they were wonderful, but very soft. I have heard they are very soft. I've heard they're similar to the Sennelier. I love the Sennelier, but it turns out a bunch of them aren't light fast. And you can't find the information anywhere. And finally I reached out to Blick, and Blick reached out to the company that makes them, and they gave me a light chart, a light fastness chart, but then they were like, we don't know if you're allowed to share this with your viewers, which was like, and I will say a lot of the pinks and purples and reds were not light fast in my Paris collection from Sennelier. So that was an issue. And that was when I started just deciding that I was going to do Unison instead. James says, this is the only channel I was unsubscribed from, and it was right after I subbed for the first time. See, it's such a mix. There doesn't seem to be any like rhyme or reason to it, because I've had people, like I had Barb, who has followed me literally from the first video, was unsubscribed. And then I have new people being unsubscribed. I know Barb's like commented and talked to me lots of times, and yet she was unsubscribed. And then I had other people who were unsubscribed more than once. Like I had people who saw the video on Saturday talking about it, realized they were unsubscribed, resubscribed, then checked again on Sunday and were unsubscribed again and had to resubscribe. It seems to me like something nefarious is going on. I feel like the Minions with Gru and my kids, the Dr. Nefario. Anyway, I feel like something nefarious is going on, and they aren't being forthcoming about what it was. Because at first they were like, well, we're starting an investigation. And they were like, you'll hear from us in a couple of days. And then I never heard from them. And I reached out to them again, and they were like, oh, well, and they wouldn't really tell me what was going on. And it's been like that ever since. So I don't know. Julianne says, I wish it would unsubscribe me from some of my nearly 1,000 channels I follow. Yeah, same here. Like I use a different account than this to watch people. And I have, I think like 500 people on there. And like some of them I don't want to follow anymore, because like it's stuff that I'm not into anymore or whatever. It's from years ago. And I actually went through myself and had to like clean out stuff, because I was getting tired of getting like notifications for stuff I wasn't interested in anymore. So like there were channels I literally hadn't watched in like 3 years, and I was still subscribed to them. So I don't see how that could be it. But I guess maybe. I didn't see a single channel like taken off my list, and like Julianne said, I wish it would on some of them. Yeah, Laura said same, and going through them all to unsub would take, yep. I went through for like half an hour, and then I was like, I'm giving up. I was like, this is too much work for me. So, I don't know. Gail Marie says it always shows up in my YouTube channel. I think, do you mean my new videos? Kim says you make these pastels look so yummy. I have to finish sorting them. I'm not great at sorting stuff. I don't know why. Like I have trouble judging value and color, and it takes me a while. So it's probably going to be something I have to do off camera. Yeah. Laura Jane says such a lovely selection of colors. Thank you. I thought I did a good job picking some out. I can't wait to use them. I feel like I find a lot of the time with sets there's not enough neutrals and there's not enough lights and not enough dark. So I feel like this makes for a good set, hopefully. I'm sure once I start trying to use it for stuff, I'll realize I'm missing something and have to go get it. Because that's how it always works for me. Yeah. Let's see. So Alan says, I watch other YouTube channels unrelated to art and people in their chat said it's happening across the boards. Well, hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not just me. Because honestly, when they were like, well, maybe someone's targeting you, that made me feel absolutely awful. I would rather it be like a glitch in YouTube or something that's happening to everybody than having someone target me for no apparent reason. I actually felt really, really down for like a day after they said that. I would rather it happen, I don't wish it on other people, but I just would rather it be something like that than somebody targeting me specifically, because that made me feel bad. I do watch a lot of YouTube. It's mostly what I watch. We have like cable and stuff, but I don't ever watch it. And I don't just watch just art. And I haven't heard anybody else talking about it, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means they weren't talking about it. It was the first time anything like this happened to me, so I talked about it. Leslie says that must be so frustrating that YouTube won't do anything about it. It is super frustrating, and I have spent at this point, I think 7 hours altogether talking to them about it, maybe eight, and nothing has changed, and they won't even be open about what's happening. So, Heather says, I really want to try, do you say it Roche pastels, but they're so expensive. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are those not the most expensive ones in the entire world? I could be wrong, but like per ounce, I'm pretty sure those are the most expensive, right? Jen's Artlandia says, I remember this happened several years ago to a glitch. I Googled it when it started happening, and I did see, I think maybe it was either 2019 or 2021. I saw a lot of people talking about it like on Reddit and stuff back then. So it appears like it happened back then too. Susan says, I think YouTube has a hacker, but don't want to confess and look bad. That could be it too. I get the distinct feeling that they know what's happening, but they don't want to tell me and I think because it would make them look bad, but I could be wrong. Alana's Art says, I haven't used pastel since high school, and we don't need to discuss how long ago that was. I've been thinking about trying oil pastels. Does anyone recommend a good light fast brand? It's hard to find light fast oil pastels. I'm still really struggling with it. The best mid-priced pastels just to try are the Mungio Gallery oil pastels. Let's see if I can get them out here. Oops, sorry guys. The Mungio Gallery, these are the best mid-priced, and they might be my favorite. I have not tried, I did get a small set of Sennelier, but I haven't tried them yet. But these are the ones that I recommend to people when they're trying oil pastels. There have been some, like, just people on their own doing light fast testing of their oil pastels, and most of them in home tests seem to be fairly light fast. I know there's some mauves and some pinks that are not. Google it. There's lots of results on the internet. But that would be the one that I would recommend if you're getting started with oil pastels. I am literally covered with pastel dust. I'm going to have to clean. Yeah. Kathy says, this is the only channel I've heard of this happening to. Yeah, like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube. Nobody else that I personally watch is talking about it happening to them right now. I don't know. Tracy says, I've got to go feed the kittens. If you sign off before I'm done, it was awesome to see you. It was nice to see you, Tracy, too. I want to see some more pictures of those kittens. And I am probably going to sign off pretty soon. Because I don't have a video for Saturday. I hope to see you maybe in our Patreon Zoom call. I can't remember when I scheduled that for. I think in the second half of January. Laura Jane says, enjoy your kitties. Elise says, I watch Holding It Down and it happens to her all the time. I don't know who that is. Yeah, has the other channel ever found the cause? Yeah, Jen says several years ago, YouTubers were very upset about fast. Yeah, and it is extremely fast. Like the first time it happened to me, I lost 154 subscribers in 6 minutes. And I immediately contacted YouTube and they tried to tell me that people didn't like my content and were unsubscribing from me. I was like, no. I was like, I haven't had a video go up for 4 days. 154 people do not unsubscribe in 6 minutes from my channel. Like, that doesn't happen. I'm small. It's not like I have, you know, 1 million followers where I might say something offensive and a bunch of people unsubscribe. I was like, that's not what happened. I actually got really mad at me when they tried to tell me that the first time. I don't know. I got really mad. Anyway, Marie said, I remember a while ago a channel I follow, he has well over 1 million subs and he started losing followers by the ton. It seems to be okay for him now. I hope it evens out. Like I said, it's happened every single day since December 31st. It hasn't missed a day yet. It usually happens like in evening time, but I've had it happen in the early morning too. It usually seems to only happen once a day, but one day it did happen twice. Jen's Artlandy says, I really enjoy my Mungios. Yep, I love them too. Angie says, I love oil pastels, particularly the Caran d'Ache. I have not tried the Caran d'Ache oil pastels. I do have the Caran d'Ache Neo colors though, and I love them. And I have the Caran d'Ache Luminance colored pencils too, some of them, not all of them. Sue says, I got Jack's Art oil pastels passed down to me. Anyone know anything about them? I do not. Gail says, I think I'm kind of lucky as far as light fastness doing illustration. Most everything is uploaded and not originals. That is one of the nice things about illustration. And actually, that's, I like alcohol markers, like this one that I'm working on now, but they are not light fast. No alcohol marker is light fast. No brand is light fast. They are dye based and not pigment based, and they are not light fast, and that's why I don't work in them more than that. Because they're not light fast. Oh, there's Pamela. Hello, Pamela. I was just talking about you. I was telling everybody about the subscriber thing and how you went through and liked and left a comment on everything. And then we're like, I'd like to see YouTube. Unsubscribe me now. It was very, very sweet of you to do that. It was awesome. Sneak says, is that still happening? Are you talking to me or one of the other people? If you're talking about the YouTube subscribers, to me, it is still happening. It's happened every day. Angie said, I have an oil pastel painting I did in 8th grade and it's faded, but has held up better than expected. They were just pastels. That's great. Pamela says, it might be time to talk to an IT lawyer. I would if I had the time. I don't know that I have to, my son's been having health problems and I've been doing PT for my shoulder twice a week. And well, I have a reminder going off in the background. I have to go turn my crock pot down too low. I'm just reading the, and it says if you use a fixative with your oil pastels, you can get some that are UV resistant. I do know that they are out there. I have not tried them. A lot of the UV resistant varnishes and stuff tend to be a little milky or cloudy, and I don't enjoy how they look. Pamela says there's no explanation for unsubscribing me. I received no notification of you going live. You didn't? Man, I hope you're not unsubscribed again. Tracy says, I'm back. Kitties are eating their little pigs. Tracy says she was wearing a headset to keep up with the convo. That's great, Tracy. I can see you like walking around your kitchen feeding the kitties with a headset on. It's great. Jenna's Artlandy says, I'm guessing maybe YouTube does have a reverse thing when overloaded with new subscribers in a short time period. Maybe it's something to do with monetization. I don't know. I see, that's what I thought was happening at first. I just thought like they thought like, because it was a huge influx of subscribers from Jenna's shout out, which was absolutely great. And I thought maybe they thought like I'd bought subscribers or it was bots or spam or something. But they're deleting people who have followed me for a really long time, not just new subscribers. I'm getting messages from people who have followed me like from almost the beginning or even the very beginning saying they were deleted. And I know they were active because I've seen them commenting and I've talked to them. So that's not the problem. Like I said, I don't know what's happening. Elise says, I think it happened to Kim because she's getting bigger. Maybe it happens to channels over 5,000. That is when it started for me. When I crossed the 5,000 mark, that's when it started to happen. Yes. Sneak says, I bought some alcohol markers and swatched them out. The colors were stored in the marker container and they didn't just fade. The colors shifted a lot, some of them in about a month. You are exactly right. It's not that they're not just light fast. They actually, the pigments will change. You can draw something with alcohol markers and put it in a drawer that never sees the light of day and take it out in a month and it's going to be different. They fade. They change, like a lot of colors will take on a grayish tone. They are really meant for illustration and to be scanned in, and that's it, unfortunately. But they're beautiful. Pamela said, what if all of your subscribers that were unsubbed messaged YouTube and complained? I don't know if it would make a difference, because after everybody, on my last video, I think there were at least 50 messages from people who were unsubscribed saying like they were older subscribers or they'd been unsubscribed more than once. And I told YouTube to go look at them, the rep, and I don't think they even did. I don't know. And then I don't think they cared, honestly. Pamela says it's about the money. It is a little bit about the money. Mostly because when I do a sponsored video, the amount that they pay me is based on the number of subscribers I have, and the number of like watches on average each video has. So like the more subscribers and the more watches I have, the more they pay me. And I've talked about this on here before, like I'm trying to make this my job, because I lost my job, a little over a year ago now, and I was trying to make this work so I could work from home and take care of my kids with health problems and take care of my own health problems and all of that. So it is kind of important to me. And if it keeps up, I probably will have to eventually do something, just maybe not this month because there's so much other stuff going on right now. Shannon says, I'm still on the fence regarding alcohol markers. Haven't really used them enough to have an opinion. Jen's Artlania says, yeah, that's my least favorite medium, alcohol stuff. I feel like they're like basically watercolors, but not as good, if that makes sense. Like if I'm going to do something like this, which is going to be markers and then colored pencil, I generally would prefer to use watercolors because they're light fast and they'll last a while. But on the other hand, it is kind of fun to just have some markers and be able to, you know, uncap them and do a sketch and whatever. But yeah, they're not my favorite medium. I think my favorite mediums are watercolor, oil pastel, and soft pastel. I'm going to group those together. Acrylic and oil paints. And then I often say I like to do mixed media because I get to do more than one of those at once. All right, everybody. I think that's about it. I think I'm going to have to go. My kids are going to be home from school. And I have to figure out what I'm doing for the video on Saturday. It may be a little late. Hopefully it's not. Yeah, I'm cutting it really late. Between my kids' doctor's appointments this week and my physical therapy, it's been hard, but there will be a video. It might be a little bit late. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be up at 9 a.m. my time Saturday, but we'll see. Tracy says my favorite is gouache. I like gouache, and I don't know why I don't do it more. I really do. I don't know why I don't do it more. I need to do more maybe this year. Pamela says, don't give in or give up. Your breakthrough is coming. I hope so. This is just a bit of nasty interference. I hope so. I'm really trying not to focus on it. All the comments that people leave me saying, like, your channel means something to me, or your channel helps me get through the day, or your video is a bright spot in my week. Like, all those comments really, really do keep me going. Like, because there's lots of times I felt like just giving up. And like at first, right after this first started, I felt like if someone's targeting me, like, why am I even doing this? But the fact that it does mean something to quite a few people is keeping me going. So I really do appreciate the comments. They really do keep me motivated to keep going and not just give up. So thank you everybody for that. I really do appreciate it. Bye, Sue Allen. Bye, Gail Marie. Bye, Alana's Art. Bye, Tracy. Oh, I will let you know if I need any PT pointers. Bye, James. It was nice to see you. Bye, Elise. I always want to check and make sure I'm not saying Elsie. Bye, Angie. Bye, Leslie. Bye, Alyssa. Bye, Laura Jane and Shannon and Jen's Artlandia. It was nice to see you all. Oh, there's Michelle. She's like, I'm glad I was here for 10 minutes. Bye, Michelle. Thank you for stopping in. It was nice to see you. Bye, Tara. Bye, Helen. Bye, Sue. Bye, Julianne. All right. I will see you hopefully all next week unless something weird comes up, but I'm planning to be here next week. Thank you for being with me. Bye, everybody.